Happy Monday, everyone. What's going on? This is the live production of the Client by Client podcast, episode 75, coming to you in less than a minute for my current clients, past clients, friends, family, lurkers, haters. I love all of you. Drop some emojis in. Let me know what's up. If this is your first time here, maybe even your first time seeing me, knowing about me, knowing I have a show, drop me a number 1 below so I can say hello. Probably not during the broadcast. Will I say hello? But we'll definitely reach out afterwards or drop you a comment and send you some love. Today on the podcast, on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, a very important episode. If you are right now or have recently been feeling like a failure in any way as an online coach in your online coaching business, we got pretty deep on today's episode. A must listen if your mind maybe hasn't been in the right place. I share with you what I do and what I've done when I felt that way, how I coach my students when they approach me with those sorts of thoughts and those sorts of feelings. So do be sure to go check out today's show, an important episode to help you get your mind right, something we're going to be talking about more coming up this week on the live production, and then later on in the month will it go live on the show. So that said, let's hop in. Let's bring this to life. Hot day here in Arizona. We might be in tanks the whole week. 111. What's it on your side? Do let me know. Let's hop in and let's get this started. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In the last episode, we brought a topic that you guys asked for, and we talked about really how I look at organic marketing in conjunction to how you use it to get clients, which is using social media as the funnel. And I make the case for why social media is the only funnel that you need. I make the case against fancy softwares, against paid traffic, against any of the strategies you're seeing going on right now. And this can also work in conjunction if your main strategy right now for getting clients is something like workshops. Really popular right now is like the mini workshop. If you're doing podcasts, live productions, any and all of those things, it's going to help you to get more registrants, get more eyeballs, get more leads, and ultimately get you more clients. So be sure to backtrack one episode so you can understand the entire mindset and start to implement this right now so that you can simplify your business and get more clients every single week and month. In today's episode, I want to talk about how to get your clients results even faster, how to become really their hero, and really cover top to bottom what you need to know to get the mindset and some of the logistics down with this so that when your clients sign up, they're even more impressed, more wowed, more sure of the investment that they've made, and more certain that they selected the right coach. If you don't get today's episode correct, there are a couple things that happen. The first thing that happens is that your prospects get really excited about discovering you, about potentially booking a call with you, or even showing up for that call. And so maybe they even sign up and they start to experience disappointment when they don't get the results that you promised them. And that's frustrating because you as an online coach, you're doing everything that you possibly can to get your students results, but there are some things that are out of your control. You cannot control how fast a student moves, how fast a student implements. You can't control what might be going on in the mind of your students. And so when your clients experience disappointment, it creates these whole set of down chain issues in your life, in your mind and in your heart and in your online business. The second thing that happens is that your clients start to think less of you and your abilities as an online coach because maybe you talked up a big game. And so that's frustrating because your confidence starts to take a hit. You start questioning yourself, your online program, why you're even an online coach, and that just really starts to leach into everything else. That starts to leach into your DM conversations. That starts to leach into your initial and your strategy sessions. That starts to leach into your client delivery because when your confidence takes a hit, you start in that downward spiral. We want the opposite effect to happen. We want for you to be cool, calm, and collected, your students getting amazing results and reporting and feeling like they are even in a better position. They're getting more than what they were promised, and they're experiencing the exact results that you talk about day in and day out on your social media of all the case studies that they share, and they know in their heart of hearts that they're about to be your next one. Now, let's hop in and talk about a couple different ideas and philosophies that you need to understand if you're wanting to get your clients faster results, which I think we all want to get our clients faster results because there's some benefits that come with that, right? They may want to continue working with you. They will come back the next month. You're going to experience less refunds, and they are going to be ecstatic about you and shout your name from the rooftops, which now you're creating an environment where you're going to start getting organic referrals, people coming your way. And every second that you don't have to spend out marketing to get new clients is more time that you get to spend with your current clients, over delivering and wowing them even further. The first thing that you need to get right when it comes to getting your clients results faster is all about setting the expectation. And there is, and I think this happens more at the beginning of an online coach's journey, but there's an inclination that you might, because you are compensating in some way, because you're overcoming that you don't have the authority in the space, that you don't have all of the experience that a lot of your competition does, that you might start over promising what you can actually do for your prospects and when they become clients. And so if you don't have the testimonials, the examples and case studies, the screenshots, the evidence and proof that you can get your clients these results, I think it's important that you lead with that. A lot of coaches will want to avoid the subject of how experienced they are, especially in the beginning part of their journey, because they don't have those things and they don't want for that to come up. And I think the right thing to do is to nip that in the bud and to lead with that and to share with your prospects before they become a client why that's an advantage for them and why they might even be getting more from you than they might be going to a coach that has all the experience, the evidence, and the proof. And when you think about it, when you're just starting out, my advice to you is that maybe you do one-on-one, or you find a way to do a hybrid program where you are spending more time with your clients. At the beginning of your journey, you're going to have way more time to spend with your clients. And as you grow as an online coach, you have to scale your systems and you have to scale your delivery. So at the beginning of your journey, you're probably not going to be charging what you might be charging 3, 5, 10 years down the road. And these are things that you can highlight and to lead with in your strategy sessions when it starts to come down to, which AKA your sales calls, when it starts to come down to why they should work with you. And so rather than this becoming an objection for why they might want to not sign up with you on the call, I think you should be making the case for why they're getting way more bang for their buck and how that additional attention is only going to be temporary for the clients that you're kind of getting over these next 30, 60, 90 days, making it the best time they could ever sign up. So you have to set the right expectations. If you have all of the proof and you have all that evidence and you have a stack of case studies and success stories, then you also want to paint the right picture. And a seasoned coach knows that while, like you guys hear me talk about Henry, who got 8K worth of clients in 31 days. You guys hear me talk about Juan, who set up for a 60K month here in August. But the reality is that those are the exceptions and the outliers. And it's also far more likely that you're going to get the 8K versus the 60K. But the reality is if you stick on the path and you follow my systems and you're not putting yourself in a negative state of emotions and you're focusing on what you can control and you're taking action, you're quick to implement, you're organized in your thought, your actions, in your spirit, and in your energy, you're far more likely to experience both of those things. But every single coach is different and every single person is different. And so when students come to me and they ask about our case study program and they ask about what it would be like to work together and they want to know about the expectations, that really kind of depends. It's like, how long is a piece of string? So there's a balance of this is totally what's possible under the right circumstances, the right environment, with the right amount of time, and with the right amount of energy behind it. Asking questions fast, being quick to implement, trying things out even when you've tried them before, and making your coach's word God and not questioning it or hesitating, because hesitation kills. It kills your results, it kills your momentum, it kills your dreams. And so what's important is that you balance things out, even if you have all of the proof, and say that every student is a little bit different, but if you follow these things, we're totally going to have you on that path. We're totally going to be able to, and 8K or 60K is possible, but it may take you some time. If they're so, like for me, when I work with students to help them grow their business. I work with coaches, some of them that are just starting out, some of them who've been coaching longer than I've been alive. And for each of those examples, the circumstances and the assets that they may have are different. The beginner coach might have the asset of time, whereas the advanced coach might have the advantage of experience or of money to accelerate the results. So this is also why you see the Ty Lopez's, the Tony Robbins, the Brandon Burchards of the world say that results may vary, and also the Grant Cardones, results not typical. When you find the right coach, the results can be typical, but if you don't come with the right mindset and your heart in the right place, you might be fighting an upwards battle. in whatever the case, whether you're a new coach or you have all the proof in the world, it's important that you set expectations and that you manage those expectations so that you don't overpromise and over deliver. I think it's always best to underpromise and to lower their expectations and to over deliver and to wow them with what you actually have, which leads us to thing number 2, which starts to talk about what happens when a prospect goes from prospect to client and what needs to happen in the online journey. So the second thing that you have to get right is all about the onboarding. And to simplify onboarding, just think about what does the first 24, 72 hours, the first week of their journey with you look like? Or what does it look like between the time they make their initial investment and the time they start either going through the program or meeting with you for your one-on-one or your group calls? And so what this is about is really microscopically focusing in on what the real number one problem it is that they're having, and start with just one problem to help them solve in that in between time. If you already have clients, this is way more for you to put a system around. And if you're just getting going, I just want you thinking around this and strategizing around this so that you can be best prepared and not really getting ahead of yourself and maybe overwhelming yourself as a coach. But what I want you thinking about is what's the one specific thing that you might be able to start helping them with right away? Most of my students, they want more money, but another way that you can experience more money is by having more time. So we might talk about how you get done before 1 p.m., or we might talk about how you get an extra day added to your week before you're even meeting with us in the weekly program, before you're even going through any of the curriculum, so that you're already experiencing some of the results. So I want you thinking about what needs to happen in between their investment and them coming to their first experience, whether it's one-on-one or group, and how you can start to get them results. Over time, you're going to have data for what your clients need. And some of that data might be from clients who sign up and cancel, or that sign up and then refund. And they might refund because you didn't have a training, an asset, a module around the thing that they were actually wanting, or they were wanting this really big result, but that's further down the road. And what they really need is this small thing right now. For instance, let's take this outside of business and talk about our single moms who want to get their high school body back. You guys know I love the single moms, right? So if they want to get their high school bodies back, they want to drop 10 pounds, you're going to get them there. But maybe you focus on, for their first week, just the first hour of their day. And maybe you put a training together that helps them understand what needs to happen in the first hour of their day for them to be successful and get to that high school body back, and also for them to be successful in your online program. That might mean that you put together a little bit of a morning routine. That could be affirmations, that could be a checklist, and that could be a video where you're explaining those things. So if you can imagine, you just got off a call, off the Zoom with the single mom that just signed up and she's ready to get started, she's ready to get going. But your one-on-one call isn't till the end of the week, or the group call isn't until next week. Well, in between, imagine if you, as a bonus, as a gift, as an unspoken, you say, here's the first thing you need to do. And it's all about your morning routine. And what you're going to do is you're going to go through your routine tomorrow, and you're going to audit in 5, 10, or 15-minute segments. And then you're going to report back to me. And then the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to watch this video. You're going to understand how to audit your time, how to audit what you're doing in the morning. And then you're going to implement this one little thing that's going to change everything else. And maybe you're talking about a intermittent fasting. You just say that you don't consume calories for the first hour, and then afterwards you're probably going to expand that. Or maybe you help single moms get their high school body back who have PCOS. And so you're talking about something in conjunction that needs to happen in their morning in order for them to do. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's getting still in their mind. Maybe it's having them visualize their body. And you put together a 1, 2, or 3-part video series that they can immediately go through the second they get off that sales call to start experience micro results. So help them start tackling one small, tiny, specific thing that can start to get them in that forward momentum that doesn't overwhelm them, but that starts to put them on that journey where these wins can start to add up. So thing number 2 is you want to get the onboarding process right. Again, seasoned coaches, you're going to want to put together something that's a bit more of a system. Maybe there's an email that goes out automatically once you've taken in a Stripe payment. And for my beginner coaches, maybe you just say, we're going to do a little bonus session. And before we get really into your one-on-one, my first gift to you is we're going to do this morning routine audit. We're going to do this scale scan. We're going to do this thing that's going to be additional value that's going to start to propel you into the right direction. Thing number 2, onboarding and really getting that first 24 hours, the first 3 days, that first week dialed in and doing it in a way that exceeds their expectations. Third, I want you to think about aces in your pocket. And what this really is understanding what are the small quick wins that you can help to compound. And this really builds off of the onboarding, but this can be a totally different thing that they get once they're inside of the program. So when someone signs up in my program, there's a clock ticking because they just made an investment and you want to get that return back. And while that's totally understandable that you want to get your money back, because in the subconscious mind for a lot of people, you lost something, right? You have less money in the bank account. That's tangible. You can see that. Well, that's fine, but I'm tuning myself to something that's a little bit bigger picture on return on investment versus return of investment. Small grammatical, semantical difference, if that's how you use that word, but also makes a huge one because, yeah, we can get you your initial investment back, or we can 10x your investment. Which would you like to be managing to? And even if you're managing to the return of your investment, I'm still going to be managing to the return on top of your investment. And so when you think about that, what that might mean is small wins. When students join the Get Clients program, we have modules that are, of course, going to help them start getting to the right place, but we also have bonus masterminds that are already inside the program. We have lead strategies organically that they can start using even before they start to go through any of the curriculum, if they already have an offer and they already have clients, to start to get some organic conversation started. So if you can imagine, you're dying to have more conversations started because you now realize that conversations are the name of the game and that you maybe haven't been going about it right. So when you get in the program, I want to wow you with some of our curriculum and with some of the aces in my pocket where I can almost just like hand it to you. And just by handing it to you, you already have a better hand of cards in your hand. You already have 21. You're already winning that round. And so what that means is handing you our store tour strategy. What that might mean is handing you our stories training. What that might mean is showing you something to get you back some more time, or all of those things, so that in your first hour after you've made your first investment, in that first day that you're in the program, you can start to do these things without needing a time delay to experience the result. And so what you need to know from this point is that a lot of you want the big testimonial of the 8K Henry, the 60K Juan, the $3,500 in the first couple weeks, John. And of course, I want those testimonials too. But just understand that I know how much the small wins are going to compound, and what the feeling you were going to get, because I've gotten this in programs before too, when I've invested a lot more than what I charge for my program. And the feeling that I have is like, oh my God, I can almost rest easier. I walk around more confident, and I'm so much more sure of my abilities as an online coach and in my decision-making ability in the decision that I made to sign up with X, Y, or Z coach or X, Y, or Z coaching program. So never underestimate the power and the buy-in that small and quick wins create in your students, and start to think about, what could I hand my student that would immediately start to get them some results? For the single moms, God bless them, who are wanting their high school body back, maybe that's a nutrition plan. Maybe that is, hey, here's your morning nutrition plan. This is just everything you eat before noon. And maybe that's the title of it. Here's your PDF. It's everything to eat before noon. Here's a 7-minute video, everything to eat before noon or not to eat. Maybe you show them what to do inside of their pantry. Maybe you show them conversations they need to have with other important people in their life. Maybe because they have kids and they have other people living with them, or they're living with parents, or whatever the case. And so what I want for you to be thinking about is, what 1, 2, or 3 micro small wins could I help my clients to get right out the gate? Because when you do that, they're going to have way more confidence in showing up every single week and implementing everything that you have. And now, yeah, they want to become that big case study and a big success story. And they're going to start to get these small micro wins that are going to amaze them right now and feel so much better about their journey, making it far more likely they become that next success story, and that they become your poster child, so to say, for the results in the program, which, if you go about this right, all of your prospects are going to want to become your next Henry, your next Juan, your next John. And these people that get the results and become the face of your program, the face of the results, because they're the testimonials and they're the living proof. And when you start to stack that evidence up, you now have the recipe for creating more organic conversations that turn into more booked calls, that turn into more clients that go through your onboarding, that get your aces in the pocket, that get their quick results. And now they're on a fast path journey, a smooth journey, into becoming that next success story and getting the results that you promise. In the next episode of Client by Client, I want to give you 6 tips for making great content faster. I want to share with you things that I've learned from doing this podcast, from making micro content, from doing the story, and share with you what to do to start to minimize the time, because making great content is very involved. And so I just want to give you some tips for how you can save some time, make it even faster so that you get more eyeballs on your marketing, so that you have more conversations starting, and so that you have more booked calls and more clients signing up at the end of every week. Whenever you are ready, here are a few ways I can help you grow your online business. First, download your free copy of GetBookedCRM. Coaches, are you still managing your leads and pipeline from the Instagram DM, from the Facebook Messenger, or from your email inbox, where you're losing leads in the cracks and you're leaving a lot of money in the table? That's why I created GetBookedCRM. What started out as a tool I use to manage my own pipeline has quickly become the favorite tool of my coaching clients. And right now, at the time of this recording, for you, it's 100% free. All you have to do to download your free copy now is find me on Instagram and send me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got an engaged community of online coaches from all over the world. They're just a couple steps ahead of you in the online business journey, at the exact same stage that you're at, managing the same questions and problems and searching for the same solutions, or they're just a step or two behind where you're at right now. And it's my belief that all ships rise in a high tide. Get access to me, access to them, and access to weekly trainings and resources I use and leverage in my online business so that you can grow yours faster. To get your free invitation out, all you have to do is find me on Instagram or wherever you're watching this video and send me the word group. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple coaches together this month to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of 15K worth of new clients or doubling your online client roster base over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But finding the right people is super important to me. So this is only for you if you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the human ahead of the money. You've been coaching for at least 1 year, or you're not brand new last night to online coaching. You'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically from social media without wasting money and time on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or group. You are willing to take bold action because you know your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now, tap that Instagram icon, and search at What Up Cheer Me. When you find me, send me a message with the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online coaching business, what your vision is for you and your business, and then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program and how we're already helping other students like Henry, who made 8K in his first 31 days in his online business from the Get Clients program, or like Juan, who's set for a 60K month here in August. All you have to do is send me the words case study on Instagram now. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. See you in the next one. Cheers. These last episodes were kind of long, so I'm trying to do my best to shorten these, make them a little bit more bite-sized versus all-day calories, and turning it into just small meals for you. So let me know how I'm doing on that. If this was helpful, screenshot wherever you're listening to this. Go and subscribe to the podcast in Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave me a review. It would mean a whole lot. It helps me reach more people. That's it for me, guys. I will see you back again tomorrow talking about tips for making great content even faster. That's it for me, team. Cheers.